I don't really care what other people think. What? Why don't you care what other people think? That's crazy. Are you sure? Are you lying? So I mostly do not care. The reason is because I care what I think more. And this tip has helped me so much in my life, is learning and figuring out, what do I want? What does Elizabeth want? What does Elizabeth think of herself? And so typically I can be my own worst critic, which is very true for a lot of other people. And so if you're okay with it, like if I'm okay with myself, if I'm okay with the decision I'm making, etc., then that's good enough, right? And then typically other people might be as well. And even if they're not, I'm able to say, you know what, they don't like it, but I'm okay with me. And a lot of people struggle with this. I know I have in my life on wanting to please someone else, or especially your parents or things like that. They might have a certain opinion and you want to do something else, etc. But we have to get to a point, it's my belief, to understand what do you even want yourself, and then be confident enough and have the courage to actually do that and make it happen. And so this tip for you, if you struggle with caring what other people think and worrying about other people, there's a lot of tips. I'm happy to share more if you're interested. But one that I wanted to share with you guys is to figure out what will make you happy. What will make you feel good about it? And so think about that. There's some frames you can use. And when I make decisions, I use different frames. I typically use the 85-year-old self frame. And I go, okay, well, what would my 85-year-old self say? Like when I got rid of my bangs or something, I said, would I be 85 and be like, dang girl, why didn't you just get rid of them? And I was like, yeah, I probably would. And so I did it. And then I felt fine about it. So I made that choice and we're good, right? But that's with anything, any big decision, with a job, with a partner, with a hobby you want to do, with a life choice, where you want to move, what you want to do, what you want to spend your time doing and caring about. It is up to you. And everyone's going to have different opinions on how to live life. Everyone's going to have different opinions on what is right and what is wrong, or what is the best way and what's the best path, because we all have different values. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different beliefs. And so you have to figure out, what are your values? What are your beliefs? What do you want? What do you actually think to be true and to be right? And how do you want to live your life? There's beauty in that you can choose. You get to choose. How do you want to live your life? How do you want to show up? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? What do you want to do with your days? What do you want to experience? How do you want to feel, right? You get to choose if you are lucky enough to and have the freedom to do so. And so we talk about reverse engineering and figuring out, what is that you want? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your day to day? What do you want for your life? What do you want to give? And then you can figure out how to get there. And so my advice to you is to figure that out. What do you want? How do you want to live your life? And then be comfortable with that. Be confident in that, right? And so some people could say, oh, I really feel like I have to go support this event, or I have to go to this. I have to. Do you have to? Why are you saying you have to? Or I should do this. I feel like I need to do this, or it's the right thing to do. Sometimes it might be. But if you ever are saying some of those things, I invite you to question that. And I know we can question everything, so just be careful of that. Like, there's some things that just need to be done, right? And that are the right thing. And it's like, you know what? I do need to do this. This might not be my favorite thing, but this would be a great thing to do. And I think it's the right thing. It aligns with my values and who I want to be, etc. But really start questioning that. And why are we saying we should, or we have to, or I have to go to this, I have to go to this. And some people have talked about that we get to, right? So maybe there is something that you will do because it aligns with your values. It aligns with your values for family or for health or something. So I get to go to the gym. I get to go pick up my kids and go to their practices and watch them and support them. I get to. So there's a lot of frames that you can use, but I really just want you to look at that and look at what is going to make you feel good, and being confident enough. If you feel good about it, that should be enough. If you're not hurting anyone, right? And you feel good about it, we're good. Everybody's going to live life different. And I'm open, and maybe you could have a conversation and they could have a conversation with you and say, hey, like, I'm kind of concerned, like, why aren't you doing this, or why this? Maybe people are going to ask, and people might judge or have the opinions. They're going to have them. And that's okay. If you want to change your mind one day and you're like, you know what? I thought I wanted this, but after experiencing it, I want something else and I'm going to go for that. That's okay. But typically a lot of times we're our own worst critic. And so if you can be okay with you, like I'm okay with me, I'm okay with this decision, I'm okay with how I'm living my life, then everything else is easier. And I don't know, I can dive more into that on why that came to be. It wasn't always like that. I definitely felt really guilty or didn't want to disappoint anyone, etc. And that's totally normal, especially if you care about people. But it's okay to go your own path as long as you're not hurting anyone. What is your path? What do you want for your life? And it's not necessarily a selfish thing. No one has to live your life for you. So you have to determine that what you want. And it doesn't mean you're just going to do whatever you want. You also get to hopefully have an aspect of service and help someone else and just take care of yourself and enjoy your life. That is so important. And so I wish that for you. I hope that for you. And I hope you're able to be okay with the choices that you're making and know that if you're okay with it, you're not hurting anybody, then it's okay. And be careful of those shoulds and those have tos and all of those expectations and what society says or what you feel is the right thing. What are your goals? What are your values? What do you actually want, right? And so I make decisions based on that. What are my values, my family, my health, service, things of that nature? Then I'm going to make choices that align with them. And I'm going to check in with my 85-year-old self and be like, hey, will you regret this? Probably not. Then we're good. So keep doing the learning, keep doing the research, keep growing and figure out what do you want for your life. It's such a fun process. I love this and I'm happy to be sharing on my channel. I hope it's helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below if there is a topic or something you're interested or in or something you struggle with. I might have experience in it. The 20s was a lot of growth and so I'm happy to share any lessons in addition to financial education and anything that can really help you live a happier and healthier life. That is what I care about. And I've done a lot of work and on all of the psychology and sociology, human development, and just inner work as a person and finding inner peace and figuring out who I am. And I'm sure it will continue to evolve, but it's been a fun journey and figuring out how I can be the best that I can be for myself, my family, and for the world. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share with a friend, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, you got this. Figure out what works for you. That's what counts. Make sure that you're okay with it, and I'm sure it'll all work out for you. Bye guys, you got this.